Ready, start. The French President Emmanuel Macron was the chief guest at India's Republic Day this year, making it his third visit to India after his 2018 state visit and the last year for the G20 summit hosted by India, coming within 6 months of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit on July 14, 2023 as the chief guest as France's Bastille Day. It is clear that the two countries do share a strategic partnership that is special. It is no secret that United States President Joseph Biden had been invited initially, and his visit was to be followed by a Quad summit that had been accepted by the Australian and Japanese leaders when Mr. Biden declared his inability to travel. The fact that Mr. Macron stepped in readily highlights the personal ties that he and Mr. Modi have established and the importance they attribute to the relationship. French President Jacques Chirac was the chief guest at the Republic Day in 1998, when India established its first strategic partnership. In a significant statement, Mr. Chirac declared that India's exclusion from the global nuclear order was an anomaly that needed to be rectified. The strategic partnership was tested when India undertook its series of nuclear tests in May 1998 and declared itself a nuclear weapon state. When compared to other countries, France was the first country to open a dialogue with India and displayed a greater understanding of India's security compulsions. It was the first P5 country to support India's claim for a permanent seat in an expanded and reformed UN Security Council. India and France have valued strategic autonomy in their own fashion. India adopted non-alignment after the Second World War. France was one of the founding members of North Atlantic Treaty Organization (NATO) in 1949 and hosted the NATO headquarters. It withdrew from its integrated military command in 1966 due to reservations over US insistence on subordinating French nuclear deterrent to NATO and accepting any collective control that General Charles de Gaulle felt would dilute French sovereignty, forcing NATO to shift its headquarters to Brussels. After the Cold War ended, both countries were quick to espouse the virtues of multipolarity. French discomfort with a unipolar system was clear when French Foreign Minister Hubert Védrine described USA as a hyperpuissance and openly spoke out in favor of multipolarity, forming a natural convergence with India's ambitions of seeking strategic autonomy. As a resident power in the Indian Ocean, France was quick to realize the geopolitical focus shifting from the Euro-Atlantic to the Asia-Pacific and decided on India as its preferred partner in the region. Both France and India share a common trait of civilization exceptionalism and pride themselves on their argumentative intellectualism, but have wisely refrained from preaching to each other. Though part of the Western world, France, as a non-Anglo-Saxon nation, found it easier and more natural to engage with India on equal terms. Stop.